Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we are back in Minas Tirith Midsummer, ready at long last to start the next leg of our adventure, the next leg of our journey, and we'll do that by talking to Glindor, the Herald of King Elessar.
I was instructed to bring you to see King Elessar.
A king has returned to Gondor, Beriathan, and all the kingdom celebrates. And yet, he is not content to rest on the laurels of his deserved victory over Sauron. I was instructed to bring you to see him. Will you come with me? Lead the way, Glindor. Awesome.
It is to the Tower of Ecthelion we go, for audience with the king and queen.
Rulers of victorious Gondor wouldn't have it any other way. There we go. It's taking some time, but there we go. Quite some time, gotta say. Take your time, but please.
King Elessar desires to speak with you in the Tower of Ecthelion about an important matter.
King Elessar and Queen Arwen will see you now. This way, please. Beriathan, there you are.
I am pleased to see you return.
Me too. We accomplished much good in the fight against Mordor and the forces of Sauron, Beriathan, and prevented the triumph of terrible evil. The War of the Ring, for so I have heard it called in the days since its ending, has left its mark upon us and upon our lands. Our victory came at a great cost, and the losses suffered in its achievement still wound those of us who remain. Perhaps they always will, and yet, if I can ease the hurts of my kingdom, I would do it. Can I count upon you to help me with the same? You assure Elessar that you are with him, and he smiles. I knew our minds would be alike in this. This then is my purpose. I wish to travel my kingdom from town to town, speaking with the people. I wish to hear what it is they lack and to provide it. I wish to know how the war has injured them, and do what I can to repair those injuries. I want my people to know that their king is with them, not a distant figure in the Tower of Ecthelion, but a man who knows them and will strive every day of his life to prove he is worthy of Gondor. I want to tour the kingdom and see what I can do to heal the hurts of the war.
But my queen worries for my safety on such a tour.
Well, they are not my worries alone, dear one. The Council has expressed similar concerns.
Is this true? Thalhir, what says my Warden of the Laws?
Ah, there he is. Oh, Warden of Laws, Warden of the Green, Warden of the Stores. Yeah, I remember you guys. Warden of the Coffers, Warden of the House of Healing, Captain of the Garrison. Yeah, I do remember all of you. Back when we first came to Minas Tirith during the Volume 4 days. Oh my god. Almost, well, about, 150 episodes ago. I hesitate to mention it, my king, for I understand the majority of our people are overwhelmed with happiness at both the successful conclusion of the war and with your marriage to the queen. I do not wish to spoil the broth of positive sentiment by dwelling upon the inclusion of one or two poor ingredients, and those in such tiny quantities. Thalhir clears his throat and looks uncomfortable. But there have been whispers of discontent in the city following your happy marriage, my king. Few perhaps, but some. I am sure they will disappear in time, as did those of the supporters of the Withered Tree, but as of yet they remain. I have heard tale from other members of the council that people in the lower circles of the city speak wishfully of the heirs of Castamir, praying for their return and believing they soon will.
The heirs of Castamir? Surely they were all slain during the war.
Aye, to be certain.
That's Gimli.
We witnessed the death of their leader Balakhôr at Balakhôr.
I don't remember that.
He met his end at the cold blades of the dead.
You know this to be true? Are you certain he had no sons or daughters to take up his cause?
Not that far, no.
I suppose I am not certain of that.
My husband so greatly desires to speak with his people and mend the pain of the hurts they suffered, that I fear he will give no thought to his own protection, Beriathan. I turn then to you and to those others who hold him dear. I ask this of you, Beriathan, and of my husband's boon companions, Legolas of Erin and Gimli the Dwarf of Erebor. Where Elessar wishes to venture, I ask that you three travel first, with your ears listening and your eyes sharpened. Look for any sign of the heirs of Castamir remain a danger to the kingdom or to the king, and make the path he plans to travel as secure as you may. Only this will ease the burden of my heart. Oh my god, this is so cool. We are traveling with Legolas and Gimli. You know what? We are kind of replacing Aragorn on their party. Remember the three hunters when they went to Rohan to pursue the Uruk-hai, and then to Rohan, to Edoras, to Helm's Deep, to Gondor, to the Pelennor, to the Black Gate, all that they did, the three of them together. And now we are taking Aragorn's place in the party to scout ahead of him. Oh my god, what an amazing start to this.
When these three return with tidings that the heirs are truly defeated, then I will be content for you to travel your kingdom, my husband.
I think such caution is needless. But if this is your will, I shall oppose it not. What say you, my friends?
Oh my god, let's go. I'm so ready. You will do as my queen requests. I think it will prove unnecessary, but I do not want my bride to worry if it might be prevented. Nor do I want my people to wait for any help I might have offered. It is not an easy riddle to solve, Beriathan, but I think I have the answer. The three of you will go ahead of me to visit the towns and cities of my kingdom, keeping watch for any sign of the heirs of Castamir or their supporters, as Arwen requests, but you will go not only in search of danger. You will also go as my emissaries and to begin my own mission of aid, doing what you can to help the people with their concerns. When you have determined the heirs of Castamir are of no real danger to myself or the kingdom, you will return to me and I will depart with my own traveling companions to further your work. If this will satisfy my queen and my council, then I suppose I must be content with the delay. It will be a balm to my spirit to know that you three at least will have begun my mission to heal the kingdom of its hurt. Oh yeah, yeah! With Legolas and Gimli, oh my god. I hope I have the time to take a couple pictures, because we are traveling together, guys. The new three hunters, and I hope you don't mind me saying that. Why can I? God. Well, I mean, yeah. I cannot, of course, I cannot change the camera angle on first person view. It's silly of me to think that, but here we are. Oh my god. This is amazing. Ready to go. Another adventure begins, Beriathan, of a sort. It will not take long to learn if the heirs of Castamir are truly gone, and when we have done so, Elessar can tour his kingdom. Let us start by journeying to the Harlond, my friends. The South Harbor is nearest to the city, and from there we can proceed west in search of news. Yeah! Oh, yes. 1000 times yes.
Oh, my feet are sore already.
And we have come to just the first of the places Aragorn told us to visit. His kingdom is larger than it looks on the maps, and Legolas and I have already crossed it once. Gimli falls silent. I named him Aragorn again, didn't I? He will have as many names as a wizard next, but he has been a trusted companion through many adventures, and for that I will learn them all. He is not the king of any other kingdoms, is he? What can I tell you? I just was there visiting his other kingdom, and that one is also really huge. So I hope you're up for a lot more walking, because it seems we have a lot more walking ahead of us.
We have come to the south gate of the Rammas Echor,
through which lies the Harlond, the south harbor of Minas Tirith. It was held by orcs of Mordor during the war, and they did not expect the arrival of Elessar aboard the ships of the coursers. Legolas smiles. They did not expect Legolas, Gimli, or Gimli, son of Glóin either. That much was clear to all. They didn't expect me. Well, I didn't come with you, but I still did good work there as well.
I do not think this expedition of ours will take very long.
If there are folk here who believe the heirs of Castamir will return, they will soon see that King Elessar holds their fortunes dear and seeks to repair the damage done during the war. They will leave the heirs of Castamir in the past, where they belong, and Gondor will move forward. Let us find someone inside the Harlond to the southwest who will tell us how we can help repair the damage done to the south harbor. Let us go. So yeah, I'm in the same boat as Gimli. We have shared so many things, and I still haven't gotten used to speaking to the new name, to King Elessar. I still call him Aragorn, but I guess it's time for us to also start switching, changing the tape, so to speak, because that's the name that he will be using from now on, it seems. So we gotta get in line with the times as well. Now we are going to the Harlond. That is supposed to trigger a deed, but yeah, it's gonna trigger a deed. Yeah, reclaiming Arnach. We have here the Rammas Echor, the reclaimed Rammas Echor, and the Harlond, which is just right next to, well, crossing the gate. Now Dwarves and Gondorian laborers work to repair the damage and shore up the defenses once again. The old hope: the Rammas will not be needed again for many years. That's our hope, yes. Is there anything noteworthy atop the Rammas? Maybe there is a quest that will take us there. I really should keep moving with everything we need to do. You have discovered the Harlond. Awesome. And let's see. Dingasi, site supervisor.
Welcome to the Highlands. I can tell by your bearings that you are also not of these lands.
No. Your looks deceive you. Maybe I have adopted some mannerisms from the other lands I have visited, but I am very much from these lands. My name is Dingasi, and I am in charge of the revealed in the Harlond. Have you seen our great Mumak? One of the men here rescued her after the battle at the Pelennor Fields, and she's been a great help to us, moving the large blocks that we are using to repair the wall and buildings. She has a larger appetite than nearly any creature you shall ever meet, I promise you. If you have time, bring a crate of carrots from the provisioner, will you? She is due for a break and a treat. Oh, you're using Mumaks. That's interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh, this looks so good. Oh, this is so exciting.
You are here to help. That is good.
We turn none away who desire to help cleanse the south harbor of the field left behind by the orcs of Mordor. The land remembers the scars, but it's up to its people to stitch them up and allow them to heal. Despite many offers of help, there is still plenty to be done. Begin by cleaning up rubble piles throughout the Harlond. Earlier today, some folk offered to pick up loose wooden planks around the port, and left them leaning upright at several locations to the southwest. If you can gather those for me, I would appreciate it. There has also been an increase in rats here of late. I think they fled the courser ships for new homes, which I would not ordinarily begrudge to them, but now the creatures trouble the food stores we keep here for the workers, and I need them gone. Will you and your fellows complete this task for me? You will on behalf of the king. I do not see him, but very well. I care not for whom you do this task, so long as they are done. Ah, you have another one.
As you can see, the city is working to pick itself up after being nearly razed to the ground by the Morgul host.
Welcome to the Harlond. World traveled ahead that you might be coming to lend a hand. As you can see, the city is working to pick itself up after being nearly razed to the ground by the Morgul host. I would ask that you speak with Langwen, and she has asked me twice today already to send help her way. Absolutely. It seems the skepticism is a little bit more noticeable than Thartil initially said. But that's what we're here for, right? So let's keep moving. Let's get going with what we need to do. Is there a milestone in here? Should be. It feels like it should be, right?
Hello, hello! If you have come looking for one of my famous toy ships, you are sadly out of luck, my friend.
I have only 2 left, and they have already been purchased. Oh, you are not here to shop? More's the pity for you. You could be taking home one of my handmade courser ships. The perfect souvenir to help you remember your time in the Harlond. Have you been out to see the sunken ships? King Elessar himself swept into this harbor with an army of the dead. My toy ships are made with black sails whose cloth was gathered from those very ships. He dramatically deflates, sighing heavily. Alas, I have run out of fabric. You see, there were a few ships close enough to the dock from which I was able to reach out and tear free large swatches. Now, however, the remaining sails lay sinking into the bay, and I am not a strong swimmer. Say, if you would be willing to swim out and gather more fabric for me, I would be happy to pay you. That is an interesting entrepreneurship, we can say.
Greetings. I hear you are looking to lend aid, and were of great help during the war.
I am Horndir, captain of the guard here in the Harlond. Stragglers driven from the Battle of the Pelennor Fields have scattered throughout Arnach. Though their numbers have been decimated, they still stand to pose a threat and must be eliminated. Northwest of the Harlond, my scouts have reported a group of orcs. They must be dealt with, lest they grow in number and become a danger once more. Ah. Where's the other quest? Ah. Are you okay?
Hail! You must forgive me for not rising to greet you, as I am not steady enough yet on my feet.
My name is Birassi, and it falls to me to do a daily check of the integrity of the various buildings and walls across the Harlond. Many are the bolsters we have placed to brace the damaged zones, but stone shifts as weather, and time works their ways. I was inspecting this location when a stone came loose and struck me on the head. I should wear my helmet, I know. I was in a rush, though. Do not tell Dingasi, eh? I am in no shape to continue today's inspections, but if you have the time, I could pass this task on to you. It is an easy one, and I can tell you what to look for. I do advise you wear your helmet. What say you? I never take off my helmet, so I'll be more than happy to help you. Oh! Legolas and Gimli! I didn't see you here. You sure are fast. Okay. Nothing else in here. Let's keep exploring the place. Let's see what's new. Supplier, provisioner. Ah, this is the crate of carrots. And here's the milestone. I knew it. I knew it. Let's leave the crate for later. This wall looks structurally sound. Good to know. The rats. Now, normally I could just wipe the floor with them, but since we are now on fearless difficulty, they are a little bit stronger than they used to be. But it was still manageable. I want to check the icon. Ah, awesome icon for Gondor Renewed. So yeah, I've been... I took some time to practice the tier 3 difficulty on missions and things like that. And it was a little bit easier than when I initially did all this on Shadowfax. I am better geared and all. I still expected this to be a little bit easier considering my gear is really good, but well, I'm still learning how to manage all this difficulty, and I've been having a great deal of fun. You need to use your pots, you need to use all your skills. I even got the chance to use the Way of the Spear while running on Red Line. This is something that you cannot do on normal difficulty, but on Fearless, there have been some moments in which I have gotten some use out of this. So it's great that with this difficulty we get some use for some skills we weren't using before. I'm having a great time.
Well, it's about time Othanar sent someone to help me.
I am indeed Langwyn, Weaver and Seamstress. At the moment I am working to replace the banners which are atop the wall. Time, wind and war have shredded their edges, and I am want to replace them with fresh versions. The towers of Rammas Echor are reached by long flights of stairs. However, and though my fingers are yet nimble, the same cannot be said for my knees. Will you take up these new banners and replace any you find which might be ruined? That's what I thought. There had to be another quest on the Rammas Echor. I mean... It was such a big opportunity. I don't see the depths letting that pass.
Our lands were once peaceful.
Anytime.
It's now dangerous to travel far from home.
Anytime. So yes, we would need to do a couple more things here on the Rammas. But I wanna finish exploring the docks first. And see what else we can find. Some more rats in here. I maybe shouldn't be doing this. Well, they are rats. Even on Fearless difficulty, they shouldn't be that hard. But there are some other enemies that you really don't want to fight in big numbers. Rats are okay. Waterlogged fabric. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, we have the first one. So yeah, as I was saying, rats are really easy to handle, but some other enemies you need to be more careful with. Now we got a token of heroism. I have 9 out of 60 because, as I told you, I've been doing some practice with missions, and that has given me the chance of getting some tokens and completing some tasks. I already have the first reputation tier with the Path of Valor that required 1500 XP, and well, I'm making my way through that reputation as well. It's gonna take a long time because for whatever reason they chose to have those tasks have a weekly cooldown instead of a daily, so that means this is gonna be a long grind, but we're in it for the long run, right? These races are under stress. Okay. So maybe we shouldn't have our dwarf friends come here. Pile of rubble, wooden plank. There was even an auction house in here. It's great to see. Yeah, the kingdom recuperating. So the Harlond is becoming another important hub. And who knows what else we'll find on the other towns. The stone has shifted, but the race is holding. I don't like the sound of that. There's even a mailbox. Some more rats, alright. Yeah, the only issue I have, my only, I don't know, complaint or nitpick about this Fearless difficulty is the Eye of Sauron and the puddles. I would very much prefer to have the same level of difficulty with the changes to incoming damage and outgoing damage, but without the Eye of Sauron. I would prefer if we didn't need to have the Eye of Sauron to have this level of difficulty, because the Eye of Sauron, sometimes it's fine, it's manageable, but some other times, for whatever reason, you don't see the mark on the floor to let you know that you need to move, or sometimes you are rooted or you are slowed and then you have one of those battles drop and there's no way to avoid it. If the Eye of Sauron could be managed by other means, I might enjoy it a little bit more. But it has happened to me a couple times. I'm fighting goblins most of all. They do love to root you and then run away, and they root me, and then immediately after I would get the Eye of Sauron paddle. There's no way for me to avoid it, and I just need to eat it up. Sometimes you can survive, sometimes you can't. Because once again, I've been getting a little bit cocky and I've been fighting a lot of enemies. If you're fighting one or two as a warden, you will definitely survive it, but I don't like being rooted and then getting the paddle. A piece of fallen stone nearly misses you. So it hit me? Good that we had our helmet then, because once again, that doesn't sound good. Ah, there's another inspection site in here. What about this one? An angry buzzing fills the air. An angry wasp. I'm not a big fan of wasps either. Especially in Gundabad. They applied such nasty debuffs. So many nasty debuffs that I don't like. Now I don't like any time I find wasps. I would like to avoid them as much as possible, really. There's another pile of rubble in here. Just need one more inspection site and another pile of rubble. Ah, the stable master, very important too. The Harlond travel location. My god, a lot of stable masters were introduced in this update. Well, it's technically 2 regions and a half, because we have this, which was Eastern Gondor. We have Arnach and Upper Lebanon and Pelargir and Lower Lebanon. Yeah, it's 2 regions and a half, because Lower Lebanon was part of Central Gondor back in the day. Upper Lebanon and Arnach were part of East Gondor world. It's a little bit different, yeah.
You did it! I hope you aren't too waterlogged yourself.
Now I shall be able to make many sails, which means many boats, which in turn means many happy customers. New deed, Tales of Arnach renewed. We need 12 quests. Alright. That was something that I was just reading on the forums the other day. There are 12 quests in Arnach, which doesn't seem like much, but it seems some of them are a little bit tricky to find. Well, now that we're here, we might as well repair the vineyards in the Rammas. Okay, here we have one. Yeah, it's not looking really good. Yeah, looks a little bit better. Tattered banners replaced, that's 1 out of 5. Alright, here we have the second one. Minas Tirith, there in the distance. I would like to be here at daytime to take a better picture. I like it better during daytime, but this is still a marvelous view, nonetheless. Garl, if agrees with me. Now remember, as I mentioned in one of the previous episodes, this is also the very first time I am doing this quest pack. I don't know what to expect, I don't know where to go, I don't know what the optimal route might be. I don't know anything. The only thing I checked before starting this quest pack was the very first quest with Glindor. I didn't read any of the text and or everything, but I just wanted to see what happened after you completed the quest, because, well, as you saw, it does port immediately to the Rammas Echor, and I just wanted to check what happened in order to plan my in order to plan how would I do the end of the Helcasar quest line. So that's the only spoiler I really have about this. But as I said, I didn't even read the text. I was really surprised when I found out we would be traveling with Legolas and Gimli. And as I said before, what a strong start to this new storyline. I never thought the game would let me live my fantasy of Aragorn in such a way like this one, traveling with Legolas and Gimli. It was such a nice surprise. Love this. Truly love this. Now, Austrock. Yeah, it's what I thought. Even though these maps are new versions of maps we had before, the maps of Arnach and Lebanon and everything, something that Scenario said on one of his streams was that they still took the time to add some new stuff and add some new stuff for us veteran players who had already come here. And one of those places that was added that doesn't exist on the pre-battle version of this map is Thaustrok, this place here up in the mountains where we will need to go and find the orcs. So that one is really intriguing as well. Really excited to see how that one plays out. Here we have the last pile of rubble. So with this we can return to to Othanar, sorry.
You almost had me believing King Elessar himself would bring these planks to me.
I am disappointed to see that is not the case. But you have my thanks for this work all the same. Your friends work still by the docks to the southeast. Yeah, I know where. I saw them on my way here. But as I said, I'm really surprised to see the skepticism with King Elessar. It's more pronounced than I thought it would be. Here we have Langwen too.
Have you done it then? Ah, yes. I can see from here our king's banners flying true once more.
I know there are more yet to replace, but these old hands can only work so fast. You have my thanks. And you are very welcome. I want to see the Mumak. I want to take a good look at the Mumak. That reminds me, the Mumak that we helped during our days in Ecthelion, is she gonna be the same one? I'm not sure. Where is our Mumak friend? Ah, here we have the inspection site. So the Mumak friend is rather outside of the Rammas. Makes sense, but yeah, once again, I'm a little confused by the map. And I don't know where to go. And that spot over there was open enough to hold a Mumak. It makes more sense for the Mumak to be outside Harlond, of course, and that's what the text said, but this is also new. I'm still not going the right way. Ah, yeah. Arahal. The great Mumak trumpets with pleasure as you arrive with her snack.
How might I be of service?
She's a beauty, isn't she? We shall have to bring her south when the weather turns cold again, but for now, LOTRO gets green fields and bushy trees to explore, so no, this is not the Mumak that we found on Ecthelion. I don't remember the name of that Mumak, but I know it's not this one. So I guess if we are to find that Mumak that we helped in Ecthelion, it would be back in Harad, when the game eventually reaches Harad. How exciting that is as well, right? We are going to Umbar. Oh yes, I am so excited about all that is to come from now on. Especially this portion of the story that will be dealing heavily with Gondor and its lore. I'm really excited to experience, as you can imagine. That's why I left it for Beriathan to experience first.
Did you hear that? You have made her happy. Most excellent. Thank you for gathering the crate. To be honest, I did not really need you for such a menial task.
I can imagine. I admit that it was a bit of a test of your character, but the way Arahal said you looked at LOTRO makes me feel like I can trust you with something of a more delicate matter. As you know, I am in charge of the reconstruction of the Harlond. The Citadel's rulers chose us because of the high-quality stone that we bring from our mines in Lower Lebanon. However, I have noticed recently that stone of inferior quality seems to have been mixed in with our perfect blocks. You can easily pick out these lesser lumps of grit by their yellowed color and delicateness. In fact, I bet you could shatter one of these blocks to dust with a few well-placed blows. I suspect someone is trying to sabotage our work. To what end, I know not, but I will not allow it. I would ask you if you are willing to search the city for these imposters' blocks and destroy them. Yeah, it seems we, once again, were supposed to be, to have taken the carrots first, so that we could have advanced this quest alongside the others, but it's not a big setback by any means. Gives us the chance of explore the Harlond a little bit more. Ah, here we have Legolas and Gimli. I was looking for you guys.
How goes the work? Gimli and I have made ourselves useful.
Yeah, me too. Some of the folk here seem distrusting of elves and dwarves. It may be caused by fear of or by superstition, but it must have given us a wide berth even as they keep one eye upon us. It is nothing to me, but Gimli is bothered by it.
Bothered by it? Oh, you wound me, Legolas.
I am not delicate, Crystal, and can give insult better than any of these cowards. Should the need arise, which King Elessar should hope it does not, since we are here on an errand of peace and restoration. But has the elf hearing of which you often boast abandoned you? For I heard those men speak the name Balakhôr, and it is not so common a name that it could belong to anyone but the leader of the Heirs of Castamir, about whom we seek tidings. So we gotta look for the crowd. Ah, this crowd. Beriathan glares at you with suspicion and dislike written on his face.
What do you want? Don't like what you hear, do you?
What do you want, stranger? I'm not a stranger. Mind your manners, you're talking to a guard of the Citadel. And even before the return of the king, that commanded respect, under the Denethor's rules, so, once again, watch your mouth. Don't like what you hear, do you? It doesn't matter to me what you like and what you don't. Gondor changed once, and it can change again. Folk like you might want to watch where you stick your noses. I say the same to you. Beriathan's backstory has... the King's Strife plays a big part on Beriathan's backstory, so this is also a delicate matter for him as well. A friend of mine in Arnach heard the Heirs of Castamir are gathering in strength and will soon return. Their leader Balakhôr survived the fighting and slipped away to safety before he could be executed. Such a pity for the upstart king. Now Balakhôr plans to overthrow the new king and his foreign bride. It was them and people like them that brought the war upon us. The land remembers it all. Won't be long before it has its revenge upon them, using Balakhôr as the instrument. You insist that Balakhôr is very dead, and Beriathan snorts. That's not what my friend in Arnach says, and I think I'll be listening to him and not to you, stranger. The crowd glares at you with distrust. Well, I'm not to brag, but I was there and you weren't, and I know what I saw. And you are true in saying that the King's Strife started when a queen from afar came to Minas Tirith, but to that I say, shut up. And be thankful that I have better things to do. Otherwise, be thankful that I am on an errand of peace, as Gimli said. That went well, Beriathan. Is that sarcasm? Because it doesn't seem so to me. Balakhôr died on the deck of his banner ship, the Night Jewel, at the hands of the army of the dead. We saw him die. About whom then do these rumors speak? Do the heirs of Castamir have a new leader? We should follow these whispers to Arnach. Perhaps that we will learn from where they began. Arnach is to the southwest of here, in Arnach. Alright. To Arnach it is, but we have a couple things left to do here in Harlond. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't know, this seems like the exit. It's an exit, but not the exit that will take us to Taustrog. So let us keep looking for the shoddy blocks, such as this one. We need to find the last inspection site, which was around here-ish. Some more trainers. This wall is stable, thank God. Now, I'm a little bit intrigued about the presence of the trainers in here. Because one, even though this seems to be a big enough hub, it doesn't seem to be big enough to warrant the presence of trainers. But even more than that, why do we need trainers in such a high level area? By any chance, is the LOTRO team planning a revamp on the trainers of some sorts, or this is just for flair? I wouldn't mind the trainers becoming useful once again, because now that you get your new skill sort of bestowed every time you level up, the trainers, the only use for the trainers is to get the legendary books at level 40 and some class items, and that's it. So yeah, I wouldn't mind them becoming useful and providing some other tools. Oh my god, it's on the other side. Alright. Roller trainer. What happened here? That seems like prejudice, but yeah, the roller knocked them all out. It has to be. Hunter and Captain Trainer, and the last block is in here. 8 out of 8. We can grab some of these task items. Just in case, I don't know if there will be a task board for King's Gondor. There should be. So it's better to have some of them.
You return. Did you find and destroy many of the inferior blocks?
Yeah, I did.
Glad am I that you have destroyed so many of those shoddy blocks. Yet troubled too that there were so many.
Glad am I that you have destroyed so many of those shoddy blocks. Yet troubled too that there were so many. I have had my workers check the stores we have here, and there were indeed more of the poor blocks mixed in among the ones of greater quality. I ordered the inferior blocks destroyed, but I need to trace the dilution of our stock to see from whence they came. Will you go south to Arnach and speak with my colleague Kolnidak? Have her check the town stores to see if they too have been infiltrated. Alright, this one will take us to Arnach as well. But we still need to talk to Birassi. And we still need to defeat the orcs at Taustrog.
You return. Oh, what have you found?
You tell him which spots look like they need immediate attention. Thank you. I will send workers to these locations once my head stops spinning, with a reminder for them to all wear their helmets. Ugh. Yeah, you really should have yourself checked. That doesn't sound good. I mean, well, dwarves are famous for having thicker skulls than men, but still, a hit like that can't be good. Now, let's see. I want to avoid these rats on my way to Taustrog. Enemies take longer to defeat now, so I'm not sure if I will be able to get those orcs. But maybe I can. Maybe I can. So this is seems to be a garden. Bjorning Trader. A graveyard. Is this for maybe all the soldiers that fell at Harlond during the battle? It seems like we should have something there. Brilliant scoring deposit. Think about prospector crafting abilities. Sadly, I can't gather that one. Oh, for God's sake. Beastlayer of Arnach? Oh my god, really? How many? 30. Okay, not so many. That's some consolation in there, because I'm not looking forward to fighting bees. That's not what I sign up for. But it seems that can't be avoided. Now, where's the path to Taustrog? Taustrog Straggler. Well, it seems we have found Lingerer. We should take this guy down as quick as we can. Stop lagging, will you? Okay, this guy got a corruption we need to remove. And sadly, they don't count. 4. For the quest. It seems this is indeed the path to Taustrog, so Let us go and check. How do we get up there? It seems this is the way. Stinking bee, I can't believe we need to fight bees. That, once again, that doesn't seem that exciting. But, well, if they want us to fight bees, we'll fight bees. Strugglers and new threats in Arnach. So we have Taustrog, and there are 4 more locations that we need to explore. Now this is the palisade, but where's the entrance? This was a mistake. Well, not as big of a mistake as I thought. A little bit riskier than I would have liked. But still pretty manageable. Because something that I forgot to mention, there's a bee here. You might have noticed my stats are a little bit higher than they were at the end of last episode when we got to Minas Tirith. And the reason for that is, well, since we are so close to the end of this level cap, I took a lot of essences that I was saving for God knows what and improved my gear. And God also knows that I needed it because some fights were getting me. Oh my god, no! Oh, that was close. I ended up pulling a lot more guys than I'm comfortable with, but worked out in the end. We just need to defeat 1 more of these guys, so this one who is conveniently isolated, it's gonna be a little bit... I would feel a little bit more comfortable with that. The orcs above. What about this cave? Do we need to enter this cave? Taustrog. There are more things in here. My god, I don't know if we will be sent back here or not. But I just want to be safe. And just explore a little bit of this cave just to make sure we don't miss any important item or anything. And if we are sent back here, so be it. But there doesn't seem to be anything interesting in here other than this backpack, which, to be honest, is not a big deal. That seems to be it. How many tokens do we have? 17? Okay. Alright, the enemies are not loading, and this is a problem. Okay. Rich Brilliant Scorn Deposit. My question is, what kind of recipes do you need these new deposits exactly? And once again, we are so close to the end of the level cap that I really don't see much of a point. How many tokens? 18. We're doing good. Making good progress here. We are back in Harlond. This was shorter than I thought it would be. Our incursion in Taustark, that is. So that means we can complete a quest and get ready to depart for Arnach on the next one. That would be great.
Thank you for the help. We are all looking forward to more peaceful days.
We are indeed. Yeah, there was no follow-up to this. Okay. Now, it seems we are ready to go to Arnach. Okay. Let me grab some of these items anyway. How many quests have we done so far? This layer, Tales of Arnach, 6 out of 12, so we are halfway through. Nan Harlond, what is that? Is a camp? A valley? Oh my god, I don't remember what that particle means, Nan. I need to double check that. But here, at the exit of Harlond, it seems a good spot to end today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are as excited as I am for King's Gondor, and I will see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.